Landscape with nature. Who wants to look at an unattractive concrete foundation when you could look at beautiful landscaping surrounding your home? Landscaping is both science and art. The landscape that surrounds us is sometimes planned by nature, or we try to reincorporate it into our outside living areas around our homes or patios. In designing our homes, it is typical to have landscaping installed for the protection of the home. The landscape can be seen as art. In addition, it is a science to incorporate all the plants to survive together and not to overcrowd each other. Since we now have some basics down about landscaping, we can talk about how to go about the process in planning the area. In planning of the site, measurements and pictures need to be taken. The measurements assure for proper plant growth will be available for the planted items to grow. The pictures will be used to look at the area when you're not standing right in front of the site. In addition, pictures are used for looking at color, sizes, backgrounds, etc. Would you want a tree that grows to be 25 feet wide at your front door? Probably not. Another item to consider is pest control. Pest control can either be those pesky weeds that grow in your newly planted garden, the underground varmints that eat the root systems of your trees, or just the flying insects that eat petals from your precious flowers. There are some ways to prevent these things from happening. To control some pests is to place weed barrier cloth or weed prevention granulars down prior to mulching. Also, spraying the leaves with insecticide to prevent any insects from eating the plants or trees. When planting bulbs, be sure you do not have any javelinas in your area because they will eat them, and nothing can prevent this from happening other than a shotgun. Yes, there are many areas of landscaping, but next we will only concentrate on some important items to think about prior to installation. Hard surfaces can encompass a wide range of items, such as benches, walkways, or arbors. Placing a bench in your rose garden can be very inviting. Also, walkways that are never-ending can be mysterious. In addition, arbors with a climbing rose or grapevine can be inspiring to walk through. The benches, walkways, and arbors are a way of inviting you into relax, sit, look, and listen to get away from our everyday working lives. Do you want to have plants that are green all year? Here are some items that must be considered when selecting plants for the site. The first thing you should know is what zone you're located in according to the United States Department of Agriculture. These temperatures are referred to as average annual minimum temperatures. This is important because of the temperature ranges for the site in which you plan to plant. After the investment is made to acquire the landscaping to your liking, it is important that the plants survive. Then, determining the zone, plant selection begins. An evergreen is one that stays green all year, and deciduous loses its leaves in the winter. Placing a combination of each is worthy because one can be supportive of the other as a background to the concrete foundation of the home. Blooming trees, shrubs, bulbs, perennials, or annuals can be very rewarding when each season comes around. In landscaping, the combination of evergreens, deciduous, and blooming plants is needed for color. Some plants bloom prior to any leaves being produced by the plant. By using fall blooming perennials, you can keep your landscaping interesting, even during the cooler months. Each season can be a transition to another color from a different plant. As you understand that landscaping is both science and art, you will become to appreciate your surroundings. Although there are many ways to plant, but being prepared by measuring, taking pictures, and seeing the future control of pests in your landscape, you can easily gear up for the new picture of your landscape with confidence. In the end, deciding on the type of plants, evergreens or deciduous, and the placement for each plant to have proper growth throughout the year can be very rewarding investment. Thank you, and I hope you have questions for me.